Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're really digging into a popular home health device, the Levide Knee Massager Companion 2.0. We've looked through all the source material you sent us.
Right. So this is a wearable gadget. It uses a mix of heat, vibration, and also low-level red light therapy to try and give some non-invasive relief.
And red light therapy, just quickly, that's about stimulating cells with light,
Right.
not heat.
Exactly. Non-thermal light. The whole package is marketed as, a way to ease knee pain, stiffness, inflammation without needing medication.
Okay, got it. Now, the big claim on their website, it's super specific, a 47% reduction in pain, stiffness, and inflammation. And they say that happens in just 7 days. That number, 47%, it really jumps out. Does the evidence we reviewed actually back that up?
Well, that's the core question, isn't it? That precision, 47%. We looked through all the public info, their site, everything. We found no listed clinical studies, no peer-reviewed research backing that exact figure.
None at all.
None cited, no. And you have to remember, knee pain isn't one single thing. It could be arthritis, an injury, simple strain. So claiming one specific percentage reduction for everyone is, well, it's a stretch. Results would naturally vary quite a bit.
So why that number then?
Yeah.
Is it just marketing? Making it sound scientific even if the study isn't there? 47 sounds so precise, like lab tested.
That's very likely the strategy, yes.
Yeah.
It feels more credible than just saying almost half or significant reduction. It borrows the language of science.
And this fits with some other things we saw, right? Like the marketing images.
Oh, definitely. Our sources pointed out the website visuals are incredibly polished, maybe even AI generated. They show idealized comfort, not really realistic everyday use.
Right. Less real people, more stock photo perfection.
Exactly. And then you have their claim of over 15,000 happy customers, which sounds great. But when you try to find independent verifications, say on Trustpilot or even Reddit discussions, it's surprisingly quiet. Most of the positive reviews seem to live only on their own website.
Yeah, that does raise a bit of a flag. If you have that many happy users, you'd think you'd want them shouting about it everywhere, right? On independent sites.
You'd think so.
Okay, but here's something else, and this really caught my eye, especially for anyone watching direct-to-consumer brands. There was a branding issue.
Ah, yes, the logo inconsistency. Very interesting. In the official product photos, you clearly see the Levi logo on the device.
But
in some of the video testimonials they feature, that logo is either completely missing or sometimes it looks like different branding altogether. Generic, almost.
which suggests
What?
they might be using generic devices or very similar ones for those testimonials, not necessarily the official Levi branded one.
It certainly raises that possibility, and that ties directly into the pricing.
Okay, let's connect those dots. How different is the price?
It's a pretty significant difference. We found devices on wholesale sites like Alibaba that look, well, almost identical. And they go for around $30, maybe $35.
$30 compared to the Levi version, which is
listed at $130, sometimes more depending on sales. So, yeah, $100 difference, roughly.
wow. Okay. Is that common, that kind of markup for rebranding?
Oh, absolutely. It's very common. You're paying a premium for the brand name, the nicer packaging, the perceived customer support, maybe a warranty. The seller banks on you valuing those extras over the basic unbranded hardware.
So stepping back from the marketing specifics and the price, what about the actual technology inside? Heat, vibration, red light. Generally speaking, do these things help knee pain at all based on, general health info?
Okay, so let's look at the components. Heat therapy. Generally accepted, it can help increase blood flow, ease some stiffness, vibration. That might offer temporary relief, possibly by distracting pain signals or relaxing muscles slightly.
And the red light.
Red light therapy is, well, it's more debated for deeper tissues. It might support surface-level recovery or circulation to some extent, but the effects are generally considered localized and temporary.
So basically, these things could provide some comfort, some temporary relief for minor stuff.
Yes, that's the key distinction. They can be supportive tools for mild, temporary discomfort. They might make your knee feel a bit better for a while, but they aren't cures. They don't address the underlying cause of chronic knee problems, like severe arthritis or structural damage.
Right. Important difference.
Absolutely critical. So the device might feel nice. It might offer some people genuine short-term relief from stiffness or minor soreness. But you have to be really cautious about claims that sound exaggerated, like that 47% figure.
Because relying on that could stop someone from seeing a doctor.
Potentially, yes. If you have persistent or serious knee pain, you really need proper medical evaluation and treatment, not just a massager. Relying only on this, especially based on very specific marketing numbers could delay getting the actual help you need.
Okay, that makes sense. So thinking about everything we've discussed, especially how they market that very precise 47% number, here's something for you, the listener, to consider. What assumption are you challenging about why marketers use such specific, almost arbitrary sounding figures instead of just saying something simpler like up to 50% relief? What is that precision really trying to sell you beyond the product itself?